Basically, I'm in a LDR with my partner from the USA. I'm from the UK. We're both in our mid-20s. I work from home as a freelance artist. We've been together for many years now. We tried to meet up just as COVID hit, so we've been waiting and now we're gonna try again this year. 2 years ago, my mother, upon realizing I was eventually going to leave, the process will take a long time and we can't even start it until we've met in real life, lost her mind with me. She basically blocked me from leaving the house after I had enough of her screaming and insulting me for hours on end. She wanted to kick me out the next day, had taken my laptop from me, and said I couldn't talk to anyone and that I had to sleep in the living room to be sure I didn't tell anyone what was happening. I guess I called her bluff when I tried to leave. She fought me back, kicking out my legs, pushing me away and threw me into a lamp. At that point, I just couldn't talk anymore and went back at my room. She did give me my laptop back after that happened. I told my boyfriend what happened and it turned out he'd contacted my stepbrother trying to get him to drive down to check on us. He couldn't as he was drunk. I had bruises on my arms, scratches on my face, and over the next few days had a ton of bruises all over my legs. I didn't realize how much she'd hurt me as I wasn't really in any pain. It must have been adrenaline or something. Anyway, lots of things happened after that and we'd be here all day. If I had to go into detail, it's now 2022. And yeah, I want to go visit for maybe 2 or 3 months around August or September. So we want to be sure this is what we both want to do and see how we get along in real life and so on. Originally, he was gonna come here, but hotels and things are pretty expensive and I'd be able to stay with his family if I go instead. My friend said she'd give me a lift to the airport if needed, although there's a night bus that'd get me there on time for the flight morning as well. My mother hates my friend, doesn't trust her at all and thinks she'll get up and leave me at the airport instead of staying with me to make sure that I get on the flight. Basically, the last time I went to an airport I was a child, I don't remember much and my mother thinks I'll be walking around like a headless chicken. I'm not too worried as if I do get stuck or lost for whatever reason, I could just ask someone to help me get to where I need to go. Anyway, I said I'll just go on the night bus, then on my own if she doesn't like my friend that much, to which she replies, I won't let you go. She was the one that suggested the night bus in the first place, but no, I can't go on my own even though it's a direct drive with no stops. She's constantly telling me I'm too old to have anyone come with me, but as soon as I say I'll do it on my own, she freaks out and says no I can't. Now the fight that happened 2 years ago, she said the same thing that night when I called her bluff and tried to leave. She also refuses to acknowledge what she did and did to me that night. Every time I brought it up, she's cut me down saying I'm remembering it wrong. Instead, she suggested my stepbrother could take me if I pay him. I agreed, but she said, oh, but I'd have to talk to him because he doesn't want you leaving either. Which confused me because I've spoken to him about this before. He didn't like it exactly, but he said I'm an adult so I can do what I want to do. I mentioned that and suddenly she turned around with, why did you talk to him? Am I not allowed to talk to my own brother or something? She then told me that he admitted that he and my boyfriend have spoken before and that he doesn't like him despite all my boyfriend did was message him to say, hey, go check on your mother or sister because something bad is happening. I also had no idea my brother had admitted they had spoken. Every time I had confided in him, I'd later find out he's told my mother about it. My family is just full of backstabbers and I'm so sick of being treated like a child. Being told I can't do things and I shouldn't try to be happy because it's too much effort. One example is that I'll have to go to the US Embassy in London eventually, to which my mother told me, oh, there's no point then because I can't get down to London by myself. So you should give up with that. By the way, 2 years ago after the fight, she hid my passport from me. I have screenshots of her admitting to my brother that she hid it, and he was all for it, the bastard. I'm just sick of it. I don't want to wait until she's passed away to get on with my life. I'm gonna try and visit no matter what this year, as I don't want to waste it. I understand she's worried about me, but she's been physically violent towards me in the past over the situation, saying it's for my own good. She wants me to stay here and look after her as she gets old. Why is it my responsibility to do that? I've already spent most of my 20s here. Why am I not allowed to start my own life? You are an adult, you can make your own decisions. She is toxic AF and you need to get out of the situation ASAP. You really need a restraining order at this point. She physically assaulted you. Get out for your safety and mental well-being. This behavior of hers is not normal. I believe in you. Thank you so much. I'll definitely consider that once I've got a place secured. She used to threaten to kick me out after every year after I turned 18. She never did, but it used to scare me so much into doing things for her. One time, I think I was about 16, I explained to a school counselor what she'd done to me the night of my father's funeral when I was about 13. Grief does weird things to us, but I realized many years later that I lost my father. I didn't act up or scream at my mother, get drunk, or physically throw things at her and lock her out of the house. The counselor freaked out and called child services. I was explaining what happened because I wanted to work on improving our relationship and wanted her to understand our background. Instead, they sent my mom a letter about it, and I got hell for daring to tell anyone about it. My mom then spoke to them and talked her way out of it. My school teachers definitely treat me like a lying piece of shit for the rest of the time I was there. I'm definitely gonna need therapy when I get out of here. Oh my lord. You should get a safe deposit box for your papers. Don't keep them anywhere in the house. Anything you have that you truly value, anything you'd regret having destroyed by your mother, get it out of the house ASAP. If it'll fit in a safe deposit box, put it there with your papers. If there's more, then maybe your friend can lend you a corner of her closet, or you can rent a small storage area. The point is, get anything important to you out. Tell your mother you're donating things and cleaning your space. Tell her the wrong date for your trip until you're on your way. She's gonna try to stop you even from a visit, and possibly take revenge after you go, so just take steps to limit the damage she can do. Have a witness, a neighbor, or someone come over the day you leave. Next story. I would like to start this off with the background of my half-sister. We have the same mom, different father. When I was growing up, my sister did a lot of things that ruined our family. She started out young with manipulation. She would manipulate her father and my mother to hate each other and resent each other because both of them were supposedly abusing her in some sort of way. Nobody was abusing her. As time went on, she got worse. She started running away, smoking, drinking, sneaking off with her friends, skipping school, stealing, and more. My parents and her father tried very hard to help her by offering her counseling and therapy, by letting her choose what school she wants to go to, by trying to talk with her and give her special time with them, and so much more. For some reason, it was never enough. She started physically fighting my parents by the age of 14. I was 11. My parents tried to correct the behavior on their own, but it got too much to handle. She was sent off to a mental hospital and girls' home for a little while. She got better when in the girls' home, but not even a month after she got back, she got worse. By this point, she turned 18. She was now doing really bad drugs, a lot of stealing, dropped out of high school, and more. She still hasn't gotten her life back on track. She married a felon, almost became one herself, and just had her second child. Now the part where I believe I need advice. I hate her. With every passion in my body, I do. She has not only caused so much chaos in my life, but ruined many factors in it too. My parents became parents because of her behavior. While I don't blame her for my parents' behaviors, I know if she didn't act the way she did, my parents wouldn't be this way. My parents have become cold towards me. When it comes to me, I'm last. My little brother and sister come first always. Due to my sister's behavior, my parents believe I will be like her and have really become abusive. I'm a 3.9 GPA student doing AP and college classes my senior year of high school, got accepted into the college I wanted, and working my dream job. Yet I'm still last, always. I'm treated very poorly, especially compared to my sister. My parents forgave her and just fueled her bad behaviors, but with me, they resent me, I can tell. The problem, I have had a bad heart problem for almost 6 months. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and my mom was supposed to come with me. Well, my sister went into labor tonight with her second child, and I was never told until I called and asked what is for dinner. My mom then informed me that she will be with my sister all night, then that she will bring an extra set of clothes and we will see what happens. I don't mind going by myself, but she has all my information like insurance and paperwork I need. I've waited over 3 months to see this doctor, but yet I may not because my mom wants to see my sister. I then know if she does go, she will make it nothing but problems, and the appointment will go to crap. Number 1, because she will be up all night, and number 2, she'll be pulled away from my sister. I badly need this appointment because of my heart problem, but it seems I'm put last. The next appointment isn't until March, and being honest, I don't know exactly if I can handle my problems until then. I feel split. I hate how my mom just drops everything for my sister, then does almost next to nothing for me. No, it isn't jealousy. It's the fact that I want to be treated correctly. I also hate how my sister tries to go out of her way to create more chaos, not having a job, always wanting money, smoking drugs around her kids, etc. Am I wrong to hate my mother's actions and my sister entirely? I'm so conflicted, and it's killing my mental health. There's a lot worse my parents and sister have done, but this is the current problem going on. I'm currently about to go to the appointment. Yes, my mom wanted to come and she's in a huge mood. I will update as I know. I'm trying to read everyone's comments. Thank you guys so much for the advice. Update, I have to go back and get a heart ultrasound. They did an EKG and I will have to wait for a call from the doctor. From what the doctor said, it may be the muscles, bones, or even another part of my body causing the pain. Or it still could be the heart. We will find out from the ultrasound. My mother luckily didn't have that bad of an attitude and I stood my ground. I'm struggling with mental health things today. I'll try to reply to everyone as best I can. Focus on what you need. Insurance card, paperwork for your doctor's appointment. Put it to her this way. Mom, I know Sis needs you and I can really take care of this appointment myself if you get me XYZ. That way your priority can be with Sis. This will go along with her confirmation bias and get you what you need for your appointment. Don't spend your energy hating someone, they win that way. Work the system until you can get out of the system. Next story. Never thought I'd meet a Karen in my country, but this happened a few months ago. There's a basketball court in the neighborhood and one of the few public ones in the city. And even though it's not that busy as basketball is not that popular in my country, we have some regular players. Today we were 15, enough for 3 teams taking turns on the full court. Everyone had masks. This public park also has a playground with swings on the side of the court with a small wall dividing the spaces, some green areas, etc. All in all, a relatively big park. While we were playing, a kid, 5 to 6 years old, let's call him Kevin, starts riding a scooter in the middle of the court. We kindly asked him to get out as it could be dangerous for him. His dad, let's call him Bob, was sitting on the side watching his kid interrupt the game, so we decided to talk to him. OP. Hey, could you please get your kid out of the court? It can be dangerous for him. We may run him over. Bob. This is a public court. He can ride anywhere he wants. OP. Yeah, but it's a basketball court and we're playing here. You can take him to the playground over there. Bob. Well, he wants to ride here. OP. Okay, but we won't take responsibility in case something happens. We continue playing and the inevitable happens and one of the players runs over the small kid. He didn't see the kid as he was running, looking to the side, and the kid was small. OP. See, this was bound to happen. Take your kid off the court. We don't want him to get hurt or us. Bob. How dare you do this? This is a public place. He then stands up and goes with his kid to the playground. We continued playing as if nothing had happened, but then I saw him on the phone. No way he's calling the cops. But alas, a couple of minutes later, a patrol car arrives. The officer talks to Bob and gathers all of the players. Officer. Hey guys, that gentleman called us over saying that you kicked his kid out of the court and threatened them. Oh, what? That never happened. Awesome grandpa intervenes. He's 62 years old and one of the regular players. He plays toe-to-toe with 20-year-old. He's incredible. AG. Officer, I am by far the eldest here. Not only I have children, but grandchildren as well. I know what it is like to raise them and protect them. That guy is doing neither. We asked him to remove his kid from the court as it could be dangerous for him and for us. We'd understand if he was riding outside the court on the borders, but he was doing it on the middle of the court. Officer. Okay, thanks for the clarification. I'm going to talk to the guy. We continued playing while the officer was talking to Bob. The kid, as entitled as he is, starts riding his scooter through the court again. So we yell, "Hey officer," and point at the kid. Bob shouts, "Kevin, get back here." The officers left soon after without incidents. We continued playing as we thought the matter was resolved. Boy oh boy, we were wrong. 30 minutes later, mighty Karen storms the court. She interrupts the game as she yells from the mid-court. Karen, how much longer are you gonna hoard the court? I see you playing here every single day and you never let anyone else use it. And furthermore, you dare hit my kid? Please note that our city has been under mandatory quarantine since June, but sports facilities have been closed since March. The quarantine was lifted 3 weeks before all this happened, mid-October, and of course everyone is eager to play again. One of the regulars, Hothead, answers, HH. First of all, lady, put your mask on. Second, lower your tone. Even though this is a public place, it is a basketball court. You're endangering your son, and if he gets injured, it's not our fault. Karen, you were the one that hit my child? How dare you? He's just a child trying to have fun. Other player. Ma'am, he can go to the playground that's right there. Karen, and who are you to tell me what I can do and can't do? Other player. Well then, why don't you go screw yourself? She goes off. Karen, how dare you tell me to go screw myself? You don't have the right to say that. You're probably a freaking loser without kids that only knows how to play basketball and has no life. Every one of the 15 players face palms. OP. Lady, just go. She goes to the playground and starts filming us, probably to shun us in social media. Don't know the English word for this. In Spanish is funar. Anyway, we play a little more and we leave. As I'm leaving, I say to her as overly polite and courteous as I could, OP. Farewell, madam. Please have a lovely evening. If I had a hat, I would have made a bow before her. She just gave me a death glare, but who cares? They're nerves of some people. Yeah, I hope that they don't come back, or at least they know they can be a little more respectful of others and hopefully actually protect their kid so he knows not to get in the middle of a court while y'all are on there. I hope y'all play a mean game of BB though.